Hello, everyone. Welcome to our community meeting. This is the community meeting for the Sprint 96. On Monday, as usual, we are releasing Kiali version 1.74. For the agenda for today, we have the summary of what we did for the Sprint 96. Also, we are going to see some highlights of the new version that we are releasing and a review or a preview of the Spring 97 is the work that we are going to do for the next one. And as usual, our community discussion, if there is any question or topic to discuss. Speaking about the summary, this is a chart that shows the issues that we have done for this sprint. We can see that we did 65. We had 65 issues completed, and we had other in progress that will pass to the next sprint. We have some things yet in the backlog, and some epics in progress that we will discuss in some minutes. This work represents our work in Kiali as Kiali backend and Kiali frontend, but also work related to OpenShift Service Mesh plugin. That is our plugin that this is installed in OpenShift, but it's a new. It's not new, but it's something that we are focusing to release it on GA. We'll continue. For the highlights, I will pass the microphone to Hack that he's going to do some demo about this new feature, the microphone and the screen sharing. So, Hack, you can continue from here.
Thank you, Leandro. Hello, I'll share my screen. Okay, can you see my Kiali?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So on Kiali side, we had a feature of supporting Kubernetes Gateway API and supporting the gateway classes and supporting gateways, HTTP routes, and so on. And in Kiali, we had the support of wizards creating configurations for based on that Kubernetes Gateway API implementation. And now we have extended Kiali to support simultaneously several gateway API implementations. And in Kiali CR, you can make a configuration and pass several implementations of gateway API and pass the gateway class name. So in the Istio config create gateway Kubernetes gateway wizard, it will be visible the configured gateway implementations. And for instance, we can create here, leave it. The default implementation is Istio, but if you configure it, you can add any more implementations of gateway classes and as well remove the default implementation Istio. So let's leave it default for now. Creating Kubernetes gateway. It will show the gateway class name Istio as it was chosen. And here is it. The gateway is created for Istio. And let's do one more feature, one more gateway, Kubernetes gateway creation. For the next implementation, but this implementation doesn't exist on cluster. It only has the configuration, but testing a negative scenario when the gateway class is still not created. But it's configured in Kiali side. providing some data to be able to create it. The gateway API class is set Cilium, and you can see that this gateway API has a validation error that the Cilium class gateway class is not found. So it's basically checking on a cluster side which gateway API classes exist there and comparing to the given one. If not, error is shown. So new error is added, and this error is also in the Kiali IO. Another place where the feature was implemented is the service wizard while creating Kubernetes gateway API routing. This feature we had before, and it's possible to create a new Kubernetes API gateway. This feature exists, so now we are able here to also choose the gateway class. So if we make a Cilium, go preview, it will create this Kubernetes gateway, and it will fail with validation. Yeah, as expected. So these three features were added: the wizards and the validation, and also configuration of the possible gateway API classes. And Kiali, in this sprint and in the next sprint, we are going to support more and more gateway API implementations. We are going through the list which are supported in Istio and making sure that they work for Kiali as well. So that's it from my side. Thank you, Leandro.
Yeah, thank you, Hai. It's really a nice addition to continue extending our wizards that are really useful for our users. So I will present again my screen. Hopefully you can see it. I guess that yes. So well, let's continue with this presentation. Another big point, it is the OpenShift Static Mesh console plugin that we just we have released a new version that now is a technical preview version. I guess that is the difference from the previous one. And in this version, we did some important things, like we removed the iframes. Now we have fully React Native components. That is huge, huge advance, and it was very good move. Also, we replaced the cytoscape graph with a new one that is more OpenShift friendly. It's based on pattern flying topology, and well, it's the future when we are talking about the plugin, right? Something that we needed to do. The plugin is pinned to Kiali version 1.73 for now. This is because OpenShift does not support pattern fly version 5 yet. This version that we are releasing in Kiali has been migrated to pattern fly 5, while for now the plugin will remain with 4. This is the last release before GA, so it's very exciting to think that the next version will be GA. It's really huge for us. Also, we had this really good blog post that Fernando created about this version, so I recommend everyone that take a look into this. Continuing with something that is related to the plugin, we are continue improving the pattern flight graph. In this case, we adapted some of the tour stops that we have. This is the head in our graph, and we need to do some adjustments and also fix some small bugs that we had. Also, as we are extending and continue adding things, we added a new legend that is pretty similar to the cytosphere graph, but with some differences, given that it's a different framework to create topologies, and we are adapting some stuff like node shapes and things like that. But well, this is a work in progress. We are in a pretty good condition, but we are still need to do some small things for this pattern fry graph. Well, in the notable changes, we have a new tempo script that we use when developing, but everyone is able to use it from the community. It's in our script repository directory. We did some fixes on the list pages related to Istio config type filters, and also a sorting of cluster on the overview page when when the user is using multi-cluster. Apart from that, we fixed some things from the graph, especially when the user is on multi-cluster. We added some badging related to where the node is, in which cluster is, so the user can see it better now. And also an issue that was happening on the double tap on a node that was taking you to the wrong cluster. That is fixed now. We commented already that we migrated to pattern from 5, so that is a huge step. And finally, we also updated the front end to Node 18. For the Sprint 97 preview, as well, we can see that we have some ongoing epics that are mostly the same compared to the last sprint, but this epics will continue open, and we are continually working, like for example, making the SSMC plugin become GA. We are continue working on the pattern file topology graph. Multi-cluster a little bit. I think we are going to work more on the next sprint on multi-cluster related to multi-primary. We have some things on Istio ambient that we are following Istio community and Istio developments to see what they are doing like every day, almost. Also more work on the tempo support. As you can see, we have some backlog that is pretty full. We are going to continue working on these issues in the backlog, right? Finally, we have our community discussions. So as usual, I will stop the recording now so we can discuss. Thank you everyone for attending to this meeting. See you in the next one.